Hello friends, welcome to my healthy girl era. Hansi is hyped about it. I stayed late after work today to film this video because the lighting in here is just perfection. But now all the dogs are acting up. Why does this always happen when I try to film things? The dogs get crazy. Today we are going to create a roadmap to our healthy girl eras. I know the era word is super trendy and I'm just hopping on it. I'm very into saying it, but I'm ready. I'm ready to enter my healthy girl era. I don't know about you guys. If you guys have been around for a while, you guys know I had a Get Healthy With Me series. So this is going to be kind of an extension of that, but we're going to do healthy girl era. And today we're sitting down to create a plan on how to execute all of this. So I want you guys to join me. Grab your notebook, take notes. We're gonna get deep into it, and it's really important for me to create a video that does not bring any shame or guilt or restriction. So that is gonna be a main goal of this, because as much as we want to be healthy physically, we need to be healthy mentally. And we need to have a healthy relationship with ourselves and with our bodies, because we're amazing and our bodies are amazing. Anytime I think about getting healthy, it feels to me that I need to make a whole 180 in life. I need to change everything about my life. That's how it feels. So it starts to get overwhelming. And so I thought maybe it would be a good idea to make a plan, create a roadmap for this era ahead, plan out my healthy girl era. So you guys can count how many times I say era in this video and drink some water, okay? I want this to be a very positive experience for myself and for you guys. So we're gonna focus on adding things into our lives, focusing on things we love, rather than trying to take everything out of our lives. It just is easier this way. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is movement. I want you guys to make a list of all the kinds of movements you love. And this could be a workout, or this could just be a way that you move your body. I want you guys to be as specific as possible for this. Okay, the first one for me is gonna be surfing. I love surfing. I'm a beginner surfer. I'm still learning, but every time I do it, for the most part, I have fun. But that's also something realistically I won't be doing on a weekly basis probably, unless I really put effort into it. But I'm gonna put it down. I also love swimming in the ocean. So we're gonna just put that down. What else? I like to walk, okay? But this is what I mean when I say be specific. I don't like to walk on an incline. So I'm going to list down, I like to walk not on an incline. That's important to know, okay? We are trying to set ourselves up for success here and really stay encouraged, especially the first month of our fitness girl era, healthy girl era. We need to make sure we are encouraged, okay? And I will say, my willpower is not very strong, okay? It typically never is at the beginning of one of these kinds of journeys. And so I need to make this the path of least resistance, and walking up a hill versus walking on a flat surface is a huge difference. It's a make or break between am I gonna do this or not, okay? So now I'm gonna kind of move into the movements that are more workout styles, and the first one is Pilates. I love Pilates, and specifically I love Pilates on a reformer. For some reason, I love low impact. I love laying on a surface for a long period of time while I'm exercising. So I'm gonna put that down. I found a Pilates studio on the reformer. That's gonna be a really good way for me to start, exercising my muscles again, but having that instructor and accountability will be great. Okay, my next form of exercise that I love is cycling, spin classes. Honestly, it's probably one of the only forms of cardio that I really love when it comes to being at a gym. I don't like walking on a treadmill. I don't like HIIT workouts. I despise a HIIT workout, okay, for the most part. But something about spin I've always liked. I've always enjoyed classes. And so I have decided to invest in a spin cycling bike. The one I picked is from Freebie. It is absolutely beautiful. We keep it on our porch because we're currently living in a tiny home, so there's no space for it, but when we're not using it, I just cover it up with plastic to protect it. But it is amazing, okay? I just love it. It's like I genuinely look forward to riding my cycling bike. Some other great things about this specific bike, because I know there's a lot of options out there, this one is definitely the quality, but for a much more affordable price than some of the other people, which shall not be named, okay? The quality is amazing for the price point. They have features like a 22-inch monitor. When me and my husband unboxed this, we were like, this screen is huge, which is so nice when you're doing your workouts, because then you can watch the instructors and it's right there for you. It is designed and engineered in Switzerland. It has a really unique feature, which is the wooden wheel, and I opted for the neutral color, this natural beige color. I love it. It is beautiful. Another really cool thing about their bikes is they have an auto resistance system, and this basically will change the resistance of your pedaling while you're going through your class based on the instructor's cues. So if you're someone who doesn't like to reach down, constantly be adjusting your resistance, you just turn that resistance setting on, and let me tell you, it works great. The last thing I want to mention about the Freebie Lit bike is the virtual experience. With the Freebie membership, you get access to hundreds of classes that are on demand. I have tried 4 of their instructors, I think, and they are all amazing. Each class is going to be from 15 to 30 minutes. They also do a really good job of gamifying the workouts, which just makes the overall experience more fun. The more you follow the beat and get in a flow, the more bonus points you earn, and if you want, you can compete against friends and families. They also have a great system to set goals, join challenges, and track your workout metrics. If you guys want to try Freebie, you can use my code Kian Wolfgang for an additional $100 off on top of any other existing deals on Freebie's website. Okay, let's move on to our next category, which is healthy foods that I love. So now we're going to literally make a list of all the healthy food that you love. I really want you to leave this video feeling excited about your fitness journey or your healthy girl era, instead of kind of dreading it. Instead of thinking of like, okay, what are all the things I need to stop eating, like Chick-fil-A, for example. I don't want to think about not eating Chick-fil-A. I would rather focus on all the healthy things that I actually enjoy eating already and that I can just start adding in to my diet. So I'm gonna put down, there's this kale salad. It's like it's a True Food Kitchen copycat recipe for their kale salad. I love it. So that is one of the foods, healthy foods I love to make. So I'm gonna write that down. I also love smoothies. They're so delicious. I don't love the process of making the smoothies, but I like smoothies. So I'm thinking maybe a smoothie prep situation, like in mason jars or some baggies, to just throw everything I like in my smoothie in those, so it's a really quick process, because I just don't like separating everything and getting them ready. Because we want to think about how to make this the most convenient. Again, we are trying to take the path of least resistance here, okay? I love this chicken curry recipe I've been making. I will have it linked in the description. It's super easy, super delicious. I make it like every week. Also, just like random fruit that I love to eat is watermelon. I do love apples and peanut butter, but I don't like cutting them up. So that is something to keep in mind, okay? I need to make a plan to cut up my apples. Next, I'm going to move on to brain food. So this category, we're just gonna list a few things that will help feed us emotionally, spiritually. So for me, that would be like a morning devotional, some podcasts, and then you could like list out a few podcasts that really keep you motivated. Some YouTubers you like to watch. Personally, for my healthy girl era, I'm going to be watching a lot of Caitlin Nolan and Sammy Clark. She's great. And if you guys have any other recommendations for like healthy fitness YouTubers, let me know. But it's good to like fuel our brains with the healthy lifestyle. just watching other people live healthy lifestyles is helpful to me, at least. All right, the next category we're gonna list out are easy improvements. What are some really easy things you can start doing that will help your health? For me, I wrote down water intake. I feel like that is like one of the easiest ways to improve your health, your digestion, your skin, is by drinking more water. So that's something really easy that doesn't sound like super hard to do, that I'm gonna put on for our like first phase of our healthy girl era. Okay, water intake. The next thing that is really an easy improvement is taking supplements. So I'm gonna add that. I definitely notice a difference when I take my supplements on a consistent basis. I just personally don't like taking pills, so it's a little bit harder for me to do it, but it is, it is pretty easy. It would only take me a minute every morning to take my supplements. So I'm gonna write that down as an easy improvement for me to focus on. All right, the next category we are gonna list out are the problem areas / how to make things easy. Okay, so for example, I know for some people, including myself, the hardest part about eating healthy is the cooking aspect or meal planning. Sometimes I'll just go to a store, I'll just buy a bunch of random stuff without a plan. Half of it goes bad and I end up, eating out or whatever. So we're just gonna dive in to all the ways we can set ourselves up for success, one of which is meal planning and picking up your groceries. Ordering your groceries online basically has made such a huge difference for me. So what I do is I have a note in my phone with links to recipes and a little grocery list under each recipe, like a little checklist thing. I'll have it inserted here. And so anytime I am getting low on groceries, I will look through my note and be like, okay, which one of these do I want to make again? Or I'll do a little exploration, go on TikTok, Instagram, and see if I have any saved things that I want to add to this week. And then I will make a master list of all the recipes I am making that week. I will usually only pick 2 or 3 recipes, and a lot of the times I want it to be something I'm already familiar with making, and so it's not super stressful. For example, the chicken curry, I make that every week. It's super easy. I love it. And it's really easy to modify if I don't have something on hand. So for example, the recipe calls for broccoli. If I don't have broccoli, I can still make it, So I like things like that where I can just swap things in and out and I don't have to be so strict to a recipe. That's so helpful. Then I like to go in to my Target app and the Whole Foods, like Amazon app, and I put everything I need and I order it online for pickup. Some places you can do delivery. Unfortunately, I cannot get things delivered to where we live. So I'm happy to go pick things up, and then usually I have a few handful of things to get from Costco and I have to go in and do that on my own. But just having the order pickups from Whole Foods and Target is really, really helpful. And I would recommend, it's free. A lot of, all the order pickup services I know are all free, and I would just take advantage of that as much as you can. It makes things just so much easier. Another way to make things easier that I'm gonna do is having my habit tracker. So I have a free template. You guys can go download it. I will have that linked in the description. Basically, you can customize it with all the habits you wanna start. So for example, me, I know I want to be drinking more water and I want to be taking my supplements, and maybe I want to be doing like 2 spin classes a week and maybe 1 Pilates a week, something like that. So I can add that all into my habit tracker, customize it, print them off, and like laminate your stuff at like FedEx, potentially maybe like Staples or something like that. So I will probably laminate my habit tracker this month. The next category is rewards. What are some rewards? Everybody works differently. I find that I love rewarding myself with clothing. New workout sets, new gym shoes, things like that are really motivating for me. However, I do typically buy myself the things anyways. So that's where my struggle is. So I need to figure out a better system for that. Maybe having my husband be the accountability person and like, hey babe, I want this to be my reward for this, for forming all of these new healthy habits. Make sure I don't order any new workout sets until I get to this benchmark or whatever it is. So just having a list of ideas of rewards. I really don't want you to make any reward food, because throughout this whole process, I don't want you to restrict anything. For me, the more I try to restrict or tell myself I can't have things, the more I want them, and I am way more likely to binge eat all of the things that I tell myself I can't have. And so this whole process, I'm not focusing on taking out anything. I only want to focus on what I can add in and things that I love. This will keep me way more motivated, and it won't be a toxic, like, you know, they have all those challenges, like, you know, the 75 hard, things like that. It's way too much pressure for me, and I always feel ashamed and guilty if I fall off. So the goal of this is not to be perfect. It's just about slowly adding things in that you love and enjoy and will help you nourish your body. The last thing I want you guys to think about is your goal. So I am not going to be listing out 20 million things of my goals, my daily checklist, or, you know, work out 5 times a week. We are not going that route. It does not work for me. Maybe it works for you. It does not work for me. I just feel a lot of guilt and shame when I don't hit those goals. So instead, I like to put a percentage. So it's like, I am eating those healthy foods 60% of the time, or 70% of the time, whatever that percentage is for you. Just think like, okay, by the end of the month, how much of my decisions do I want to be a little bit healthier? Do you want 70% of your decisions to be healthier? 50% of your decisions to be healthier? Whatever that number is that's comfortable for you, that will push you towards being in your healthy girl era, but won't stress you out or make you have this sense of perfectionism. 100% is not a good goal, okay? Because you will fail and you will feel ashamed, and that's the opposite we want to go in. So pick a number for you. I personally think moving forward, I think 70% for me, or maybe even 60. Just, I am someone, all of our personalities and approaches are going to be very different, but I am someone who tends, like, when I have more pressure on myself, I don't perform as well. And so I would rather have, you know, my number be 65% or 70 or even 50% better, because if I put mine up at 90%, I will probably still feel some kind of guilt or shame, because 90% right now is not achievable. But as we move on in this journey, girls, we can bump up these things. We can add more. So that brings us to our last category, which is things to think about later. Okay? These is just going to be a brain dump of all of like the health content you've been consuming that is just overwhelming your brain. So much content, so many ideas, so many creators making like healthy fitness related things, telling you all of their health tips and all of this ancient knowledge. There's just so much out there, and a lot of it I want to try. I feel like every time I go on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok, I leave with like 20 ideas of what I should be doing. But again, we want to make this very attainable, so I just want you to brain dump everything you've been thinking about doing. Okay, I just watched this video that beet juice is very good for you. So I'm going to make a note, beet juice, celery juice. I'm going to make a note about gua sha or ice rolling. I'm going to make a note about setting a morning routine. All of these things that I am just not capable of trying to execute right now in this very beginning phase of my healthy girl era. I'm not able to execute all of this, and that is okay. And it's really okay to try a bunch of things and just be like, okay, this isn't for me and this doesn't bring me joy. That is going to wrap up our brainstorming, our roadmap to our healthy girl era. I said it 50 times, so you guys have better finished your water bottles, okay? I hope this was encouraging for you. If you guys want to follow me on my healthy girl era, that's going to be the new series title. I will try to include that in upcoming vlogs and make more content. If you guys have any other requests, let me know in the comments. I love you guys, and remember Jesus loves you more.